Well, now it's time to try some of the great new food options here at the State Fair. And I thought I'd start by just cleansing my palate a little bit with some of this delicious honey lemonade sorbet from the Minnesota Honey Producers Association and Sweet Science Ice Cream. This is a great way to start what's going to be eating a lot of great new food. And to start, we're heading over to Lulu's Public House. Well, we are standing outside of Lulu's Public House, and we're excited to try some of the new food at the fair. Mike, what do you guys have to offer this year that's new here at the fair?
Well, for breakfast, we've got our Minnesota wild rice eggs Benedict.
Okay.
And then the rest of the day, we've got a mac and cheese cupcake.
So where'd you come up with these ideas?
Well, the mac and cheese, we've always had, this is our 14th year at the fair.
Okay.
We used to be Axel's Bull Bites.
Okay.
And we've got a macaroni and cheese on a stick. That's always been pretty good for us. And we thought we'd expand on that a little bit, so we came up with the cupcake. It's basically mac and cheese on top of a bread crust with Parmesan and butter.
Oh, and then sounds delicious.
Yeah, then the mac and cheese with some queso on it, and then cheese whiz on top.
So a little cheese on top of some cheese.
Exactly.
Sounds like a perfect fair food. And then the wild rice Benedict here, just trying to take off that Minnesota theme with the wild rice and put the eggs Benedict together there.
Yeah, we use a crust that's actually got the wild rice in the crust.
Okay.
And then ham, a soft egg, and holiday sauce on top.
Ooh, that sounds good too. How are these going over this year at the fair?
They're going really well.
Yeah, this is delicious. I tried a bite here, get down to those breadcrumbs. So
yeah.
You guys are in the West End Market, second year out here for you. You just got a beautiful spot to kind of be able to see everything. You got the music right next door here.
Right, worked out real well for us, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for showing us some of your new food that you had here this year at the fair.
All right, thanks for coming by.
All right, we're gonna head over now to the Blue Barn and see what they have to offer. We are standing outside of the Blue Barn, and what do we have here today? So tell me about what we've got going on. What do you guys have for new options this year?
Well, these are 3 of our new fair foods. I guess we could start with breakfast.
All right, let's start with breakfast.
It's the first thing you have in the morning. This is our State Fair Pop Rocks French Toast.
That sounds interesting already.
So it's been getting lots of rave reviews. Ciabatta bread, an eggy custard batter with some cinnamon and nutmeg and kind of all those warming comfort smells. And then we put on a double berry coulis, which is a fancy word for sauce, and homemade whipped cream, and then your favorite childhood candy, Pop Rocks.
I love Pop Rocks. I totally remember them from childhood. And you were just telling me that this has been such a hit. What did you guys have to do with these Pop?
Well, we were going to just serve it during the morning only, and it was so popular we had to serve it all day, which means we ran out of our supply of Pop Rocks. So we had to go on Amazon.com and order out the rest of the Pop Rocks in the country.
So if you need Pop Rocks, you have to come to the Minnesota State Fair. You have to come to the Blue Barn.
So we got your Pop Rocks.
Awesome. So where does an idea like this come from? Like, oh, we're going to make some French toast and we're going to put Pop Rocks on it.
Well, at the fair, you want to have, we think, for our concept,
I'm going to give
Blue
it a try
Barn,
here as we talk.
We want to have food that's approachable and comfort food, kind of like we have in our restaurants, but something with a little twist. So I like to think of this as, we have a nightly fireworks show here, and that's like the fireworks. That's like the tribute to fireworks.
That's delicious. That you can totally tell that custardy batter type thing.
Yeah.
It tastes delicious. All right, but
it's fun. You know, you get that little snap, crackle, pop going on in your mouth.
Totally do. All right, we've got more here too, and this is the Dave's Cluck and Moo.
This is Cowboy Dave's Cluck and Moo. And again, at the Blue Barn, we like to bring you back to your mom's Sunday dinner table.
Okay.
And to me, this is like pot roast. It's the chicken, the cluck, the beef, the moo, a beefy gravy, mashed potatoes, a little bit of cheese sauce, and then those famous onions that your mom crumbled on the green bean casserole.
Awesome. And now with you guys having the free house too, you're able to make some special beers that you have only here at the fair. And you know, it's not too bad when you're out on a work assignment and you get to try out a beer. What do we have here?
It's a tough job if you can handle it. This is our caramel apple pie beer.
Yes, it is.
So like you said, brewed from the free house. And again, we wanted to think about apples, state fair, fall, and that's, for us, it's just It's got cider hops in it,
Yeah,
so it's
it's
crisp.
delicious.
Little bit of, that sweet caramely finish. And did you smell it? I mean,
Yeah.
can you,
Oh yeah.
doesn't it smell like a
It's-
slice of pie?
It totally does. It totally does. And you guys have so much great stuff. You have some of the favorites from last year. Last year was your first year here.
Yep.
And the new stuff, awesome things to offer.
Blue Barn meatloaf on a stick. We still have that. We have our favorite blue corn cheese Fritz. Very popular. Those are chicken and a waffle. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
So good, so good. Well, thanks for taking a little time today, showing us some of your new options. They are delicious.
Thank you.
I don't think I've had anything bad to eat yet today. So definitely you're gonna wanna stop down here at the Blue Barn and get some of this delicious stuff. You could really just hang out in the West End Market and have all this great stuff right around here.
It's a beautiful space, and if you ride the bus, we're right off the
transit entrance
right
there.
off the transit entrance.
Awesome. All right, well, we've got more to eat, so now we're gonna head over to the food building and Sarah's Tipsy Pies. Well, it's time to try another new food, and we're getting some kind of sweet and savory, it looks like, here from Sarah's Tipsy Pies. Sarah's with me, and tell us about what you have to offer here at the fair.
So this is a maple bacon apple Finnegan pie. Part of the proceeds will go to the Down Syndrome Association of Minnesota. Finnegan's donates the beer to us. So.
And so all of your different pies have some kind of beer or whiskey or something in them.
Wine, whiskey, or beer.
Awesome. And does it cook down enough to where anyone can have it?
Food product has to be under 2%.
Okay.
So it's child friendly and
Awesome. What's the response been like so far out here at the fair?
amazing.
Yeah.
It's been probably the most exciting 6 days of my life so far.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Tell us a little bit. I mean, it's a lot of work to get a booth at the State Fair. You always hear you're one of the new ones this year. What did it take to get in here and get a place?
Well, I filled out the application in April and I got in June.
Okay.
So I had heard that no one has gotten in as fast as we did.
Awesome.
So
Wow.
that's such a privilege.
All right. I gotta get into this thing here.
Yeah.
This looks delicious. Sorry, I snuck a little bit of the bacon. But is there one that's selling more than others this year?
The maple bacon apple pie
Yeah.
is a very popular one. And then the State Fair pie has rhubarb, blueberries, and apples. And it's made with the honey mead, it's made with the 3rd Street beer this year.
Awesome. Well, this is
honeydew.
delicious.
Yeah.
This is definitely delicious. I would have one of these. I think I'd have that other one you're talking about too. And probably all the rest too. They all sound great.
Good.
Well, you guys are located in the food building as well. You're right here. Everyone kind of comes to the food building at some point, so make sure they stop by and have one of these. These are delicious.
Good, thank you.
All right. Well, we're going to continue our search for new food and head over now to the Sausage Sisters. Well, we are here now outside the Sausage Sister stand. I'm here with Sherry, and you guys have a new option this year, and it's these Sriracha Sliders. There's Sriracha all over the fair, and you guys are kind of jumping on that bandwagon, it seems like.
Yes, it surprised me. I mean, Sriracha has become popular, I don't know, since 2010.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, everybody picked up on it, and people are enjoying hotter foods than they used to. And this is proof of it.
Yeah, people are not so much doing that Minnesota spicy anymore.
Right.
They're really pushing the limits a little bit.
Yes.
So tell me what all kind of goes into this here.
Well, it starts with a meatball mix that we have made before called Great Balls of Fire, and it has morphed into the sliders this year. The Great Balls of Fire have it's pork and beef and North African seasonings like cinnamon and cayenne, and they're sweet and spicy and savory all in one, and they're kind of hot and spicy on their own. But then we plug a cube of cheese in it before we bake them. We sort of laugh and call it Juicy Lucy Exposed.
Okay.
Because it's not stuffed, but it's bubbling out of the center of this great
Yeah.
meatball. And then you can top it with sauce as you want to. We have a special Sriracha sauce that we make that has all of those flavors you're looking for: sweet, salty, bitter. It's made with, of course, some Sriracha sauce, but also tahini, which is a sesame seed paste,
Okay.
and lemon juice and brown sugar or honey, whichever you might have on hand.
Yeah.
And it makes it a really great sauce.
It sounds like a lot kind of went into this. It's not just, hey, let's throw these together for the fair this year. It sounds like a lot of research and recipe development went into making these.
You're absolutely right, and I really appreciate you noticing that, because there are so many food products that you can sort of get mass produced for you. And none of the foods at our booth are that way. The sausages we use in the rest of our menu are all our recipes, our formulations with unique flavor profiles. And so we like to have a big variety at our booth, and all of it sort of as homemade as it can be.
All right, well, enough talk.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab a
Go
bite
for
here
it.
and see how these things are.
It's a great bun also. There's a little sweetness to the bun, which I think is complementary to the hot.
There's definitely a kick there, but I can taste that like cinnamon, that kind of sweetness in there too. That's
Yes.
really good.
Yes.
And you're right, that bun is really good as I get sriracha sauce on my hand here.
Yes. I'll have to give Franklin Street Bakery credit
Okay.
for the buns.
Awesome, yeah, they're
They're really
delicious. Well, thank you so much for showing us your new Sriracha Sliders. They're delicious, something else to get a little heat when you're out here at the fair if the heat of the day isn't
That's
enough for
right.
you.
And if your viewers remember, we're in the food building
Okay.
off of Cooper Street and across the street from Liney's Lodge.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sherry. And we're going to head now to try another new food. We're going over to O'Gara's. Well, now we're here at O'Gara's, and you guys got a beautiful space here, Dan. It's just you got the outside space, both sides, and inside. Something for where everyone wants to sit to start with.
Yep.
And you guys got your new food this year. It's called a Limerick Stick. Tell me what it is.
Well, Limerick Stick is pimento cheese, and they roll it with cornmeal in it with a little bit of just a hint of cayenne pepper for a little flavor, and then we've got a chipotle ranch dipping sauce.
Nice. They sound delicious. What's the response been like so far?
It's been great. We're going through them like crazy.
Yeah, and you guys got so many other things on your menu too. I mean, just great Irish food, and but something that's approachable for everyone too.
Yeah,
it
we
seems
got
like.
the corned beef and cabbage, and we do a bunch of gourmet burgers. But our item from last year is still a big hit. The Pretzel Curd. It's a Ellsworth, Wisconsin cheese curd, and they crush up pretzels to make the beer batter, and they're
Awesome.
still selling like hotcakes.
And you guys got a lot of different drink options here as well. it
We
looks
do.
like.
We've got 5 Irish beers, obviously the Guinness, Harp, and Smithwick's, and Finnegan's, and we've got our new item on tap this year is Not Your Father's Root Beer.
Okay.
So it's a hard root beer, and we're making root beer floats with it.
That sounds
So you got to show
refreshing
your
as
ID.
well.
You got to show your ID to get a root beer float.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give these a little taste here. Dip them in the sauce. Oh, those are good.
Yep.
And you definitely get that little bit of a bite there
Right,
too.
yep.
And, yeah, definitely something worth checking out here at the fair. Dan, thanks for sharing them with us.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a great day.
Next, we're going to head over to the Farmers Union booth and see what they're offering up. Well, now we are standing outside of the Farmers Union booth, and we are going to finish our food journey through the state fair back at the beginning, back at some breakfast items. And I have Chris with me here. And Chris, you guys got a couple of new items this year. First of all, tell me about what you're holding here.
This is basically our caramel roll with bits of bacon. It just
That sounds
a lot
amazing.
of it's kind of had that sweet and salty taste to it. I do see a lot of people getting this one just because
people been liking that.
Yeah, they've been liking this one a lot.
Awesome.
So, and I had tried this once, and
you would try it again?
I would try it again. I mean,
Awesome.
everyone loves bacon.
All right,
so.
what do I have?
You
here?
have a gluten-free blueberry muffin.
Really?
Yes. So
Awesome.
those, of course, are served with separate tongs. I do
Yeah.
see a lot of people getting those as well, of course, if
Okay.
they're gluten-free.
Right.
So they're
And I'm
fresh.
not, but I'm going to eat it anyway.
Go right ahead.
All right.
Like it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got really good flavor.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it's very full. It's very flavorful. Pretty good. So.
Yeah, and it's something easy for people to. It's kind of like the fair is kind of opening up to those people
Yep.
that maybe have the gluten sensitivity, and
Right.
there's a lot more options for them. I've seen this
Right,
year,
yep.
and you guys are jumping on board with that.
That's what we're doing.
All right, so we tried this. This is delicious. I'm gonna switch you here because
All right.
I gotta get a bite of this. 'Cause- well, that was good. This looks really good because it's gooey and mapley
Yep.
and caramely, and I gotta get some of this bacon in here. Oh
You
yeah,
like it?
that's real good. That is real
Popular
good.
one. Yep.
So when you're out to the fair, you might want to get one of these first thing in the morning. I know we're at the end of our day here, but you might want to get one first thing in the morning. All right, we have had a great time here going through all these different foods that they have at the fair. We hope you've enjoyed too.